Olivia Crandall, and welcome to this D-Block edition of Wildcat News. To start us off, the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccination was just approved for ages 12 and older. This makes it so our entire school is able to be vaccinated.
Many 12 to 15-year-olds plan on getting vaccinated or already have gotten a dose.
Yes, I am.
I already got my first shot.
I got my first vaccine last week, I think. Yeah.
People that get the vaccine do it for a variety of reasons.
I don't know. I guess it's just like a personal choice, but I just feel like I feel a lot better knowing that I'm vaccinated and that I'm safe and that I'm keeping others safe too.
I just think it's necessary at this time and all that.
I want to help stop the pandemic so we can go back to normal life.
People that have already been vaccinated have some advice for people that are hesitant about getting vaccinated.
It didn't hurt that much, and if everyone wants to go back to normal life, then we should all get it because it's not going to stop unless we do.
I would say get it because, as of right now, it's the best thing you could do to bring down the number of cases so we can go back to normal. So
I would say it's not really as bad as people make it out to be. For me, I only got arm pain, but that's all I got for my first one. I don't think it's really all of the fuss that people are making it out to be.
Thank you to everyone for their input. I know as a 15-year-old myself who's vaccinated, I know that vaccines are a step in the right direction to getting back to normal. The idea that we can soon get back to our regular lives is very exciting. One thing that still has a sense of normalcy is sports. Now on to Will on how the spring sports seasons are going.
Thanks, Olivia. Spring sports are finally back at the school after missing the whole season last year because of COVID. I talked with student athletes and coaches around the school to see how their teams were doing so far in the season. I talked with student athletes and coaches to discuss how their spring sports seasons are going so far.
It's been good. I didn't expect the competition to be this good. We're actually doing a lot better than I thought we were.
The season's going good. We've been playing some teams that aren't that good, but it's been fun. And there's no masks anymore for us, so it's pretty awesome. And there's only been one team that's really beaten us, so it's been fun.
Good. We're 3-0 right now. We beat Derryfield's Division I team, and we beat the other two teams 14-0 each. So rolling pretty good.
So far, so good. It's been a while, but it's good to be back.
So far, it's going pretty good. We've won all of our meets except a close meet to Diamond where it came down to the 400.
It's pretty good. We're undefeated so far, and we've been having some good plays and hits.
So far, we're having a great track season. Kids have, even though it's a bit truncated, the kids have improved a lot in 3 weeks. Our records are good. We're competitive. I'm very happy with how things are going.
I asked if they had any hopes or goals they're looking to accomplish by the end of the season.
Yeah, I think we can go deep into the playoffs. I'd hope to get a state championship, but that's setting the goals a little far. We'll see.
I'm on a winning streak right now, so I hope to continue that, and I hope that we win the rest of our matches.
Well, I hope we don't lose any more games. That's my hope.
For the end of the season, I would actually like to get a new PR in the high jump.
I wanted to see how athletes and coaches feel about finally being back after missing the whole spring sports season last year.
Honestly, I was surprised how I went right back into things. It wasn't hard to just jump right back into it.
It feels good to be back. I haven't really touched a baseball in a while, so it feels pretty good.
It was kind of hard because we all missed our old teammates. We didn't get to play our last season with them, but we're getting back into it.
Pretty weird because I haven't played in a while, but I got back into it after a couple weeks, so it's definitely a little bit weird, but I'm chilling with it.
As seen, the Wildcat teams have had successful seasons so far and hope to continue this for the tournament. Now to Lasadia with information on friends hanging out during the summer.
Thank you, Will. With schools ending approaching, a lot of students are making a lot more plans this summer. A lot of students are looking forward to this break. This summer is going to be a lot different from all the other years because a lot of students can drive now. With the COVID cases going down, a lot of students can actually go out and do things.
There's so many activities available during the summer, especially since a lot of stuff is open.
My summer plans with my friends are to go outside and spend time with my friends and go out to eat and just spend a lot of time outside.
My plans for the summer with my friends is to go shopping and go to the beach, and my friends can drive, so I'm going to get in their cars and I'm going to go places.
With my friends, probably just hanging out, but I don't know how much time I'm really going to have because I'm probably going to get a job this summer.
A lot of people like the summer because school is a very stressful thing, and being away from it is very enjoyable.
My favorite thing about the summer is no school and no homework and no tests because I'm not a fan of school.
My favorite thing to do in the summer is to either sleep or to be with my friends, specifically by a pool or on the beach.
I also like having time off from like school because it's school.
My favorite thing about the summer is going to the beach and swimming in a pool.
It's important to hang out with people over the summer because it allows you to make a lot of memories and have fun.
What I enjoy about the summer with friends is going on different adventures and trips because going with people that you enjoy makes things a lot easier to do.
I like going places. Like I like going to the beach with them. I like shopping, and just sitting and chilling around is pretty fun too.
I just like going places with my friends, usually outside because it's more fun, and especially when it's warm out.
With new activities being open this summer, a lot of students are doing things like golf. Golf is a sport that allows different people to try something new. Here's Evan to talk about that.
Thanks, Asadia. With the warm weather coming up, golfers and new people picking up the sport are filling up the courses. Let's see what they have to say about this upcoming season.
Golf is a great way to get outside and have fun, whether you're practicing your swing or playing a game. Let's hear what people are looking forward to for this season.
I'm looking forward to playing with some of my friends this summer. Some of them are, they do play golf, and I just want to try and be in contention with them when I play.
No, I can't wait for the golf season. It's a wonderful sport. We got a great team. Got a lot of returning players that are competitive, and it's just a fun, great outdoor activity.
Now that the COVID restrictions are getting lifted, I think golf's going to be a lot better this year than it was last year. More tee time availabilities, so definitely be able to play a lot more. More tournaments will be played, so that'll be good, and there should be a lot better season.
With the whole pandemic, people are eager to get outdoors and pick up new sports like golf. Let's hear how this has affected the game.
So yeah, we've been seeing a lot of people want to get out, get into the sport recently just because of COVID. They were locked up inside for so long. They kind of want to just get out, do things that are active, have fun, and golf's a great way to do that.
Yeah, with COVID, it's something courses and ranges have picked up big time because it's something you can do, be socially distant and outdoors and everything else. So the past year, the courses I play and where I'm a member and everything else, the membership's actually full. The ranges have been packed. You've been seeing a lot of the virtual golf where they have the launch monitors and everything picked up. It's great for the sport to see so many people taking it up and enjoying it.
There's definitely a lot more people playing. For a little bit, golf was one of the only sports you could really go out and play and get out of your house, so there's been a lot more interest in golf lately. And yeah, the course has definitely been more crowded.
That's all on golf. Next we have Hannah talking about this year's school musical.
Thanks, Evan. Starting today, Wednesday, June 9th, until this Friday, June 11th, the Drama Club will be performing Chicago, a musical that they've been working on all year, and they decided to walk us through some of their process.
Due to COVID, some aspects of the musical are a little different than normal this year.
It's a lot of kind of taming energy to try and make it work. Having half a cast here and there is a little tricky too, but we're going to make it happen.
We've had to do a lot of social distancing, and singing is also a big thing because we can't really sing as close together as we were.
We've had to rework a lot of the dances, and we're not really supposed to sing within 25 feet of each other, so it's hard staging wise.
We basically had to take it from the beginning.
You're not allowed to do as many close contact scenes.
Since some things are different, students and Ms. Brogna have different opinions on the way that the show is prepared.
I do like that some of the things are different and that we're able to make the show our own.
The fact that we are doing something, the fact that people are, kind of committed to seeing it through. There's a lot of just great passion and attention.
I really like all the dance numbers because it makes it very lively and the audience really gets into it.
No, I really like how it's coming out so far. I think it looks really good.
The drama club has worked hard to prepare for the shows.
We've done a lot of rehearsals. We do about 3 a week, and we usually we go over our dances.
So far, I have really practiced dancing a lot because there are a lot of dance numbers, and I have read through the script to get an idea of how everything's going to be together.
Really just kind of stepped in to the setting of the show.
All of the students are happy with the outcome so far.
Yes, I'm very happy with the outcome. I think it will look amazing on the day of the show.
I love the show. I'm so excited. This is one of my favorite shows in the whole world.
It all looks very good, and even the stuff that we've changed from last year, it still looks really good, and it still feels like Chicago.
Here's what you will expect to see in the show.
It's about murder and crime and lust and a time where your claim to fame could be something so bad, so illicit, and it's a little racy, but the high school edition kind of cleans up its act, and it's wildly entertaining, and the dancing is just lots and lots of Fosse, so I know you'll enjoy it.
The drama students have worked very hard to make sure this musical can happen, and so far they're doing a great job. Speaking of jobs, let's move to Jack with his piece on job complications from COVID.
Thanks, Hannah. Students were asked if their chance of getting a job would be harder or easier for them with the COVID-19 situation. With the complications of COVID-19 and the numbers in the work area getting smaller, some students have found it harder and some have found it easier to find jobs.
I actually found it pretty easy to find a job during COVID because a lot of people opted out from working this year, so there's a lot of jobs available, but yeah.
During COVID, it wasn't that hard to find jobs because a lot of people, started working from home, and then a lot of people have to get fired. But then when they needed more people, that means there was a lot of job opportunities open.
When COVID hit, it honestly made it very easy to get jobs because, jobs were losing people and people needed jobs. You know what I mean? So I needed a job personally, and I recently had just turned 14, so it was very easy to me, to get a job and just to do better things and do better things in the world. Yeah.
I actually think that it was easier to find a job this year, and because of COVID in general, because of unemployment benefits that people are getting. They don't want to work, they don't want to go in. So a lot of businesses are actually, especially small businesses, are really struggling to find help, and I think that that's really encouraging people to go out and look for jobs, because this year, especially this summer, it's really, you can choose whatever job you want, because a lot of places are really just hurting for help, and they need it.
Jobs are very easy to find.
I think it is actually harder to find jobs with COVID because you have to follow more COVID protocols. So it's like they have to lower the amount of people that work for them.
Yes, I do think it's harder because the jobs aren't allowing as many people in there, so they don't have as many spots to be open.
Yeah, I found it much harder actually to find a job during quarantine because I recently applied to a place and they still haven't gotten back to me, and it's been about a week, so I don't really know what's going on with that, but I hope that somehow I can get one soon enough, but it definitely has made it a lot harder since quarantine.
Most students found it pretty easy to find jobs during COVID. Now on to Nate with the Olympics.
This year, the Summer Olympics held in Tokyo are out of the ordinary. With the Olympics being postponed last year, a lot of people want them canceled this year, but the president wants them to continue. We'll see what happens.
A lot of people are missing the Olympics after last year's postponement.
So I definitely miss the Olympics. I think it's one of those events that, the whole world gets behind. You can just follow a whole slew of sports that you don't normally see. It's a great way to get athletes out there competing.
I never really watched the Olympics. I've watched it a couple times, a couple events, but never really got into it.
What is it? There are so many different Olympic events, meaning a lot of different favorites. Here are some of the favorites from students.
My favorite event is the 100 meter because I like seeing all the fastest people in the world run against each other from different countries.
Basketball. And why is it? I don't know, I just like basketball. And I think it's fun to watch in the Olympics because it's different.
I think for the Winter Olympics, I really got into curling last Winter Olympics. In the Summer Olympics, it has been basketball. I saw they switched to 3-on-3 instead of the 5-on-5, which should be interesting. And the men's team didn't make it, but I'll definitely be rooting for the women's 3-on-3 team.
And I like basketball.
Why?
I've just always liked basketball.
COVID is still affecting this world today, and especially the Olympics. Some people want them postponed, although the president wants them to continue on. We'll see what happens.
I think that's one of those questions about, postponing or not postponing the Olympics. It's one of those things that's definitely above my pay grade. I got a lot of people, looking into what's best for the world, and hopefully we're on the right track to keep them going. But if that is the case, then I guess we should wait.
I don't think so. Why? They should be very cautious about it.
I think they should keep it this year.
And why?
Because COVID is like slowly dying out, so I feel like it's not as much risk.
I think they should still do it. They got the vaccine now, so.
Alright. That's all, folks.
Thank you, Nathan. June is National Get Outdoors Month, which celebrates going outside to get some fresh air and exercise. After being indoors for a year, I think we need it now more than ever, and we're bound to see more people getting outside and getting exercise. June is National Get Outdoors Month with perfect timing for the good weather. Now that summer's arrived along with the warm weather, it's time to go back outdoors. Let's see what people are planning on doing over the summer.
Over the summer, I'm just going to hang out with family and play basketball, maybe play a few games.
This summer I'm planning on visiting with family friends at the Cape and playing some golf.
Ways I could stay in shape is running, doing some sports with friends and stuff.
What I didn't get to do last year, which was really get a lot of traveling in, I will do this year. My plan is to go to South Dakota.
Some favorite things to do during the summer are hiking, walking, and camping. All of these things can be good ways to get exercise. With that being said, I asked people ways that they can stay in shape outdoors over the summer.
One way to stay in shape is probably like playing sports like basketball, soccer, tennis, etc.
I want to do some travel, go with my friends, and I have some other things to do, but I haven't planned them out completely.
You could do all the exercises you normally do outside, and that'll give you your exercise. You go hiking. Even walking burns calories and keeps you in shape. You could build a shed.
June is about protecting the environment as well as going outside. This is a perfect excuse to go outside and clean up your environment. I asked students and staff what they could do to preserve the environment this month.
One thing you can do is go onto the side of the road and start picking up trash to clean up your neighborhood.
I do my small part when I go on hikes, especially I run into this on like small, easy, flat wooded hikes that are local. I try to make it a point. I always have a pair of gloves. I'll pick it up, throw it into a bag, put that in my pack, keep things clean.
Now that we have a good excuse to get some exercise outdoors, we are able to mark the start of summer. Many people have plans to exercise already, especially after we've been sitting around for almost a year. Next up, Ben is going to tell us about BHS.
Thanks, Brendan. Well, we here in WB have been back in person full-time for a little while now. The students just north of us in Brockton have just returned. Students and teachers were asked how they felt about the change. Students and teachers voiced their opinions on how they felt about going back to school full-time.
I instantly regretted it. Yeah, like the first day, I was like, the only thing I was thinking to myself was like, yeah, I could be sleeping right now.
Well, at first, I hated it because I was not used to waking up in the morning, being like surrounded by people and having to, get ready in the morning.
I was torn because I was really excited to see my students again, and to not have to teach in a hybrid fashion. It's much easier for me to teach to students that are in front of me in person.
Now, I like it more. I'm used to being in school again and like surrounded by people.
They were also asked whether or not they would have gone back sooner if they had the option.
I think going back in full was definitely a huge benefit to me, and I definitely would go back soon.
In my particular case, no, because I work in Brockton Public Schools.
100%, yeah. I mean, I have my days where I'm like, I don't want to wake up and I'd rather be online, but for the most part, it's better to be in person.
Students also weighed in on the difficulty level of school since going back full-time.
For me, definitely a lot easier, because online, it was so much easier. It was hard to stay focused.
School is way easier in person.
Some gave suggestions on how to finish off the year on a good note.
Honestly, just push through it, push through your classes, your schoolwork, your MCAS, your SATs, whatever you're doing.
Just kind of take it day by day and don't beat yourself up.
As you can see, the students up in Brockton have adjusted well and knew that although it might have been hectic at the moment, summer's right around the corner.